Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to talk about today is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. And I get sent pictures and videos and emails. And if you would like to do so, my email's in the description box below. So this first email comes in from a community member. And she said, I just started a room temperature baking kit. Really? That's interesting. In it, I have cornstarch, baking powder, ghee, and beef tallow, all purchased from Walmart, along with a small Sterlite bin to put them in. The jar of bread machine yeast could be in there, but I keep it in the fridge. These things have a 1-year fats or 2-year, the rest, expiration dates, which I list on the outside of the bin. Did not mention baking soda, which I buy in bags or smaller boxes for cleaning purposes. Walmart also has duck fat. Really? Which I've never used. Winter is my time for cooking experiments. Same here. Walmart has a 4.8 volt air pump, so my off-grid clothes dryer experiment will commence soon. Oh, let me know how it goes. It may consist of that and the giant inflatable pumpkin, which I don't let my mother know. She hates Halloween decorations. Funny how kids' toys can be inspirational. Yeah, no kidding. Thank you. So here's an email from a community member, and she also sent in a picture. She said, I went to Walmart to get my coffee and my eggs today. You will not believe what the store has done now. Oh my God, you should see the stores here. They completely revamped them. I walked in the other day and I was just like, what's going on? And I'm going, I don't know where I am. I mean, it was so confusing. It was terrible. I almost wanted to walk out, but I really needed to get everything. And I hate Walmarts. She said they have corralled the checkout lanes. Oh, I know, you saw that. Isn't it terrible? I was just like, what the heck's going on here? I was just like, do I wait here? Where do I go? She's like when you go inside and the bank and you stand in line and wait for the next available bank teller. I know. Now Walmart has the same scenario. What the hell? What's up with that? I feel like I'm playing some game. I know. She said, and I don't know the rules. I know, right? She said, I'm too old for this crap. I refuse to take someone's job by using any self-checkout, so I stand in the line in rebellion. Same. She said, when did they decide to pay me for checkout? Checking myself out, then I may join this game. Stop. So here's a picture that a community member sent in, and it's like interesting fact. That's what it says. Oh dear God. It says, did you know that Mark Zuckerberg's real name is Jacob Greenberg? Why would he change his name? I don't got it. And he is the grandson of David Rockefeller. Oh, now that makes sense. Zuckerberg is in German is Sugar Mountain. He looks like an alien. Just saying. Their clandestine word for Facebook, no doubt, a mountain of information from which they can extract billions. The Rothschilds own nearly 10% of all Facebook shares, and Facebook was funded with 500 million USD from a CIA-owned IA bank, which was not a secret. Still think Facebook was created by a bored, no-name college student. Ner. I hate Facebook. I really, truly do. Look. And now for a commercial break. No kidding with this commercial break. Ooh. So here's an email from a community member along with some really awesome pictures. She said, afternoon, my dear and my wonderful peeps. Sorry I didn't get pictures to you earlier. You do a lot of organizing and downsizing as I do all the time. You should, okay, real quick. I'm constantly looking for something to do, something to clean, something to organize because I'm bored like that, okay? So what did I do today? I pulled out my fridge and my stove and I scrubbed the walls and the sides and the floors and everything of the appliances today because I'm that bored. I've managed to clean and organize everything in my house, and I'm like, aha, I forgot to do that. Because it's so boring. It's terrible. Someone please come rescue me. So she said, for many, the stress is the clutter. I get it. So I incorporated my preps into my home as you did too. And don't give a rat's ass what anyone thinks. Yeah, no kidding, right? I also love milk crates, which you can get fairly cheap or free. I do get the little Vittles containers with the gamma lids on Amazon, but I get them on reduced or sale. I hope this helps. Awesome. Look at these pictures. Okay, so here is an email from my bestie in the UK. And she said, I hope all is well with you. I'm good. Yeah, I really am. I'm good. I do have a story time for you guys, though. And she said, a few weeks ago, I emailed you regarding the closures of various bank branches here in the UK. You did. And she said, and also some news articles about banks reducing customer credit limits. Anyway, several years ago, I opened up a bank account at NatWest. And they gave me an overdraft, with which it was increased to £1,500 over time. Needless to say, I got into trouble with it. However, each time I paid off a certain amount, I would ring the bank and ask them to reduce my overdraft. I reduced it down to £900 and paid off every penny a long time ago. I vowed never to use the overdraft again. Well, a few days ago, I received this email from NatWest informing me that they were reducing my overdraft down to £250 same time next month. I'm not bothered by the slightest. In fact, I don't give two flying flips if they reduce the overdraft altogether. They can take their overdraft and shove it far up their jacksie as they can get it. I have forwarded this email on to you so you can see it for yourself. Oh no. Even after you told them you didn't want the overdraft protection, they still kept it on there anyway. It says, we want to make sure your overdraft is tailored to your needs, so we're reducing it. We want to help you manage your borrowing and make sure your overdraft limit is right for you. To support this, we're planning to reduce your overdraft in your account ending in, current limit 900, new limit 250. When we reduce it is November 29th, 2023. Your new overdraft limit will still be more than what you've used in the last 6 months. Well, that's because she hasn't used it at all. We regularly check customers' overdrafts and reduce their limits when they may no longer be suitable. These changes help keep you financially. Has anybody ever used their overdraft protection, to be honest? No, me neither. So you don't need to do anything. Well, of course not. Please give us a call. Chat with us online. Struggling financially page. Visit a branch. Nope. Okay, so story time. So the other day I get this phone call. And it's this air conditioning service right here in the Tampa Bay area. And they said, they're doing free advertising. And the way that they're doing free advertising is they're sending a technician out to homes for free to check your AC units and whatnot to make sure everything is running properly and stuff like that. And I said, okay, I'll bite, because we have in the past had like the, you pay the once yearly fee of like, however much it is, and then every time you need them to come out, it's, free of charge, and they only charge you for parts and whatnot, right? Well, the place that we were using was called ARS, and ARS is like $300 and something a year, and I'm like, I can't afford that anymore. So we stopped it. So this place comes out, and the guy calls, and he says, I'm in your driveway. And I said, okay. So I go and I answer the door. And so he comes in the house, and he's got this little meter reader thing, and he's going up to all the vents and stuff like that, and he was reading them. And then he notices that we have dogs and cats and whatnot. And he's just like, oh, we foster and rescue. And I said, oh, so do we, and he's showing me pictures of his cats and his dogs, and he's got a horse and blah, blah, blah. So my daughter, she is like, Mom, check your messages. Mom, check your messages. And I'm like, my messages? I'm like, okay. So I grab my cell phone. I'm like, Jess, there's no messages on my phone. She's like, Mom, I'm having trouble with my phone. Can you come here and look at my phone? Mom, come here and look at my phone. And I'm like, Jessie, hang on just a minute. And so here, hang on. I'm going to show you something real quick. Okay, you see that shelving unit right there? Okay. So that shelving unit she had pulled it and blocked the hallway. And she's standing behind the shelving unit. And I'm like, Jessie, what are you doing? And she's just like, Mom, just come here for a minute. My phone's not working, Mom. And I'm like, just knock it off. I'll be there in a second. So she comes out from behind the shelving unit, and she's like, she looks at the guy and she goes, what are you doing? What are you, a vet? And I looked at her. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And he goes, no, I'm just showing your mom pictures of my horse. And she's like my mom really cares. And I'm like, Jessica, knock it off. And she goes, well, if you're here for the AC, check the AC and get out. And I'm like, all right, what's going on? So the guy says, all right, I'm just going to go. Now, the point of this story is you never know who's coming into your house, right on? So at this point, my daughter is like visibly shaking, and I mean shaking from head to toe. Even her voice is shaking. So the guy leaves, and she starts just crying hysterical. And I said, Jessica, what's going on? I know him, Mom. I said, what do you mean you know him, Jessica? He's like in his 50s, and he's like an Archie Bunker. What do you mean? Mom, remember when I was a bartender? Yeah. Okay. Well, he would come into the bar all the time, and he would grab me and say, here's your tip, gain weight. What? She said, when he rang the doorbell, I looked outside, and when I realized who it was, I was too afraid to answer the door. And she said, and then I started texting you, but my phone, for some reason, wouldn't send you the messages. And she showed me her phone. And on her phone, you can see, here, I'll show you something. You'll see that, like at the bottom of like any text, it'll have like a little thing that'll go around, and then when it's done loading or it's sent, it'll stop. It wouldn't go through. And I still, to this day, and this was just 4 days ago, text messages never came through. It was Friday. Sorry, my bad, Friday. And I said to her, so he was harassing you? She said, Mom, he would come into the bar every weekend, and instead of leaving money for a tip, he would grab my behind and say, here's your tip, gain some weight. Now, please keep in mind that my daughter is only 4'11", and she weighs about 100 pounds, and she is naturally little. I myself, as a mom, was so shaken and taken aback. Did I call the company and say, hey, do you know who you hired? No, because I was fuming. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do. So when my son came home and my husband came home, they just said, he'll never come back here. Let it go. And I said, okay. Because as an SA survivor myself, you know what I'm talking about. Little things trigger you. The other day, Sean and I, we went, where the hell did we go? We went somewhere. We were sitting in an off. I went to the doctor's, and there was somebody in there. We were pacing. And I grabbed my husband's leg, and I'm like, and I literally started squeezing, and he's like, would you let the hell go? And I said, he's pacing. I was triggered. I was triggered beyond belief. And I'm like, I couldn't speak. I was stuttering, because when I have a panic attack, I stutter. And I'm going, he's pacing. And my husband had to go up and tell the receptionist, can you tell this guy to get out of here or have him be seen, because my wife is about to have a meltdown. She's in panic attack right now because this guy won't stop pacing. It was that bad. It's the little things when you're an SA survivor. It's the little tiny things that trigger you, and it's really bad. It really truly is. I'm not going to sit here and lie about it. It's really bad. Yeah. But anyway, all right, enough of that. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with some videos that were sent in by some community members, okay? I will see you guys in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Ciao.
Here's my new prepper project. Buy a refurbished, old generation iPad off of Amazon for like $100. Take pictures of all of your important documents, your credit cards, your IDs, passports, life insurance, health insurance, homeowners insurance, the deed to your house, the title to your vehicles, everything you can think of, vaccine, information, all of your passwords. Take photos of everything, okay? And then download all of your survival manuals, your atlas, your offline GPS, meaning you can access the maps without being hooked up to the internet. Download plant identification apps and books. Download mushroom identification apps and books. Any kind of field guide, first aid manual, or any other kind of survival information that you need. Download onto this iPad. Stick it in a Faraday bag. Put it in your bug out.
Are natural companies that lie about being natural that have sold out. Burt's Bees has been bought out by Clorox. Annie's has been bought out by General Mills. Tom's of Maine has been bought out by Colgate and Palmolive. Native has been bought out by Procter & Gamble. Seventh Generation has been bought out by Unilever. Lara or Larabar has been bought out by General Mills. Odwalla has been bought out by Coca-Cola. And I know this sucks to hear, but the reality is all these clean natural brands have been bought out, resulting in them compromising and changing ingredients. Several people actually reported that they were using their native deodorant, and then all of a sudden they started getting this weird rash under their arm, which was really odd and out of the norm, like as if the ingredients and formula had changed. And unfortunately, it's because it has.
Surprise, surprise. You mean to tell me that that small little group of people, that little 1% of people that does this to our air, puts one of these on every street corner, the same small group of people that controls our food and our water. Oh, and let's not forget about money and banking. Now has control over the natural food market. That small little 1% controls it all. Don't forget, people, there's a lot more of us than there is of them.
Well,
what do you want the world to know about KFC and Taco Bell?
I want the world to know that this is what we do when we close. And then we feed it to the customers again.
So the same food. So you mean to tell me that the same stuff that you had in those cans all day, you put it back in there,
Yep.
put it in the freezer, and then you sell it to people
Yeah.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
Why do they do that?
I don't know. And it's cross-contaminated.
And do they do that with the mac and cheese too?
They sure do. And then
Right here?
Yep.
And these are the empty things.
Sure is.
And that's the mac and cheese.
Take a look at that mac and cheese. That mac and cheese is burnt. Look at these old green beans. These green beans been in there for 3 to 4 days.
And is there any chicken that's been sitting up there all day?
Yes, it is. Let me show you the chicken. Here's chicken that's been in there since 1:30 p.m.
And they're gonna sell that to people tomorrow?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That stink.
What else do people need to know, Nick?
Smell the chicken. I throw up.
Come on,
Is it
it's
that?
like chocolate or something.
No, it's not that. It's gotta be the next.
Does it stink to mine?
Hell yeah, that stink. Look, smell this one, Shane.
There's another
Oh,
one?
that one ain't. Ooh, wee.
And this chicken right here been in there since
It's that macaroni.
4:30, and they're gonna sell this tomorrow to customers.
There you have it.
They gonna kill a motherfucker.
And it has, just think, mold and mildew
Yeah.
probably grew in there.
Yeah.
Well, that's all you need to know.